All right, then there will be by-elections in about 16 constituencies of 12 states tomorrow and in several parts of the country. But we got some information from INEC saying that INEC has been served with a judgment of the Federal High Court. In the judgment, the commission was ordered to include the Socio-Democratic Party, SDP, and its candidates in the by-elections in 12 states of the Federation. The party did not earlier submit a valid notice for the conduct of primaries for the by-elections. For these, INEC says they were not monitored by the commission. However, in compliance with the judgment, INEC says the names of the candidates submitted manually have now been accepted and published on the INEC website. And the INEC says the party will participate in the by-elections. The commission is now wishing to assure the public that voters in the 12 states that the 11th hour judgment will not affect the election, which will proceed tomorrow, Saturday, 16th August, of August 2025. Let's speak with Rotimi Oyekomi, who is the Chief Press Secretary to the INEC Chairman, who is live for us virtually from in Abuja at the INEC headquarters. Thanks so much, Rotimi, for joining us tonight.
Thank you for having me. Good evening.
Yeah, I mean, it's an 11th hour decision which INEC had to adhere to. But beyond that, we also know that Labour Party is agitated about their own position, whether which candidates. Did you get the petition or the inquiry from Labour Party too?
No. I don't have information about the Labour Party. I only have about the SDP.
Okay, so give us an understanding about tomorrow's by-elections. What is the latest that we know from INEC's point of view?
Thank you very much. We are ready for the elections. Like you rightly referenced, we are holding the elections in 16 constituencies across 12 states. The elections we hold in 2 senatorial districts, 5 federal constituencies, and 9 state constituencies. We have deployed all the non-sensitive materials, and even the sensitive materials were distributed from the premises of the Central Bank of Nigeria offices in those states. And right now, we are counting down to moving to the polling units tomorrow. And of course, at the headquarters here in Abuja, we are activating a situation room. We are all going to be there to respond to any emergency and to be on top of the game, to monitor what is going on. And I think that we expect a seamless exercise tomorrow. So
as far as tomorrow is concerned, these by-elections are to fill the states where we've seen vacancies, either those who left to aspire to some other position or those who died in office. But the SDP situation, give us an understanding. So voters who are going out tomorrow to vote in this by-election, what should they look out for? Because when you printed the ballot paper, SDP was not included, were they? And how are you adjusting to that?
No. The truth of the matter is that we made provision. We were prepared for this kind of scenario, because it's not the first time that we will get an 11th-hour judgment such as this. So we were prepared. The SDP will be on the ballot tomorrow. And if voters want to vote for their candidates, they will find them there.
But the Labour Party says that they were not able to get access code to upload their candidate. Is Labour Party going to be on the ballot tomorrow too?
Well, the issue of Labour Party is in court, and you will have to excuse me. I don't want to comment on that because it will be subjudiced. They've gone to court, actually.
But, I mean, in real sense, as of today, as of now, who is the leader of Labour Party? Who is the national chairman of Labour Party as recognized by INEC?
That's precisely what I'm saying. These are contentious issues, and they are in court, and we'll meet them in court. So I think we should just wait until the court decides on this matter.
So, invariably, INEC does not recognize anyone as the chairman or leader of the Labour Party as we speak.
Shehu, you know, whatever I say here might be taken up against me in court. So I think that when a matter is in court, the best thing is just not to comment, because any comment will be subjudiced.
So let's look at what is going on. So, and I'm asking because I'm not asking for the other political parties. I'm asking for the political parties that have some level of controversies and contentions over. So Labour Party 2 will be on the ballot as much as SDP 2 will be there.
Well, the truth of the matter is that, like I said, with the benefit of hindsight, we know that it is possible to have the kind of court ruling or judgment like we had in respect of the SDP. So we made preparations for it. So as far as we are concerned, the parties will be on the ballot. But of course, some issues that are in court remain in court, and it is best for us not to comment on such matters at this moment.
Is there anything fundamentally different from the manner in which you conduct the elections in 2023 and what you'll be doing tomorrow?
Well, there's an improvement. Of course, in 2023, we met the threshold of substantial compliance, and we deployed our technology. And of course, everybody agreed that the beavers function to the tune of 98%. As far as accreditation of voters was concerned, we didn't have any problem. Of course, tomorrow we are going to deploy the beavers for accreditation at the polling unit so that when voters come, if we cannot accredit them through the fingerprints, the first thing is to try the fingerprints. If it doesn't work, then we try the facials. And from all the elections we've been conducting, that has worked almost 400%. And of course, we are better organized now. The logistics have improved greatly. This is like a test case because we have a governorship election in November, and these elections in 12 states, 16 constituencies will also be part of our preparations for the governorship election in Anambra State. So I think we expect to open exactly 8:30 a.m. tomorrow, and voters that come there will have what we call a joyful experience. We don't emphasize any issue at all.
So what we're hearing from the Nigerian police force is that the IGP has ordered the restriction of all forms of vehicular movement on roads, waterways, and other forms of transportation from 12 a.m. to 6 p.m. on election day within the affected local government areas, with the exception of those on essential services, including INEC officials, accredited media, and electoral observers, ambulances responding to medical emergencies, and firefighters. And the IGP, in a statement released by Muyiwa Adejobi, has indicated that he has directed deployment of senior officers of the rank of Assistant Inspector General of Police and Commissioners of Police to assist state commissioners of police to ensure proper supervision of the election tomorrow. It does look like, as you are preparing, police is even taking this election as though it's like a general election. Restriction of movement, restriction of vehicular movement has been imposed in those areas ahead of tomorrow. But with the benefit of hindsight, whatever happened tomorrow, I guess that voters might be able to view the result on the IReV, the viewing portal. Is that possible tomorrow?
That's possible tomorrow, definitely. All presiding officers will be required to, after the close of poll, and the ballots have been sorted, counted, and results and the figures entered correctly in Form EC8A, which is the polling unit results, the presiding officers are required to snap the picture of the PU result and then upload to the IReV. And of course, maybe between 3 p.m., 4 p.m., depending on when each constituency concludes, each polling unit concludes, the results will be posted, and Nigerians will have access to see the results as they are live, as they are posted from the various polling units.
But we do know that INEC has recently announced that a continuous voter registration exercise, which a lot of the time precedes major elections, will now resume on the 18th of August with the online pre-registration. The in-person registration option will follow a week later on the 25th of August 2025. Thereafter, the two processes will continue simultaneously for a year until 30th of August 2026. So everyone have the opportunity of 1 year to be able to do that. But don't forget that the pre-registration, which is the online, will happen for about a week from Monday till 25th of Monday, 18th August to 25th of August. So you can go to INEC address, the CVR side, where you can get a live locator, the cvr.inecnigeria.org/locator. But let's allow Rotimi to give us more information. It's interesting that this is happening. There are a lot of people who are saying, do we really need to have a voter card? Any other cards can suffice. But now the law says we need a voter card. This CVR, what more do you want to tell us tonight?
Well, let me quickly correct an impression. You said that the online registration will start next Monday and it will be for a week. No, it won't be for a week. It will operate side by side with the in-registration, which we're going to start on the 25th of August. So it depends on what an individual prefers. If you prefer to go online to register, you can do so. But if you don't want to have anything to do with online registration, and you prefer to go to one of the designated centers, you're also free to do so. And it will operate towards 2026 for 1 whole year. Of course, we are prepared. All the necessary logistics have been put in place. About 811 centers have been designated, comprising, of course, the 774 local government offices of the Commission, and of course, the offices of the Commission in 36 states and the FCT. And we want to encourage Nigerians to take advantage of that. Those who have recently turned 18 are qualified to register, and those who have never registered before. We also want to appeal to Nigerians to understand something, that it is against the law to register more than once. So for all those who have registered before, please look for where your PVC is and go and collect it. Because you see, if you register again, in our system, we have application that will flag you. And of course, because this thing is punishable under the law, I will advise Nigerians not to engage in that. And of course, we will be very, very attentive. We have uploaded the addresses of all the 811 centers on our website. And of course, our contact center will be ready to take calls and to respond to issues. And because this is a year-long activity, Nigerians have the opportunity, they have ample time to go and register. I want to appeal to them not to wait till July next year, when it will be like a month to the end of it, or 2 weeks to the end of it, to register, because that will now result in pressure on our offices. And then we don't want the kind of pressure that we say, postpone, postpone, postpone.
All right. In a moment, we will put up what the CVR Live Locator and what it can do for you. You can locate where the nearest location for you, where you can easily the closest, just like you go on Google and say restaurant near me. So you can go by the state and the local government that is close to you, and you'll be able to find for yourself where you can do the CVR. But Rotimi, for those who want to replace their PVC, or those who have their temporary card, all of those things, can it be done within this period?
No, of course, there is an ample opportunity. In fact, you can do all of that online. Once the portal goes live, all the services are listed there. If you want to replace your lost PVC or your defaced PVC, if you want to correct information on your PVC or stuff like that, you can do all of that on the portal. But if you also prefer to go in physically to do that, once the process begins, you're also free to do so. So all the services will be available.
So in all of these, this is in preparation for the 2027 election, largely, right?
Right. Right.
But in the states where we are having off-cycle elections, we're going to have in Ekiti, in Anambra, CVR is going to is going to be special, isn't it? Or it's going to be part of it?
Well, for Anambra, we actually conducted CVR there, before this one that is about to start. And normally it's in our character to conduct CVR in states where we are having off-season governorship election. But as it is, this exercise that we're about to begin next Monday is going to run for a year. And of course, since it's running for Ekiti and Osun, depending on the dates, we may not need to conduct state if it falls within the general one, and everybody will be able to take advantage of it.
Thank you. Rotimi Oyekomi, CPS to INEC chairman. Thank you so much indeed for your time today.
Thank you for having me.